The cross-exam, boy, her responses were disastrous. I mean, do you hate Donald Trump? Yes, of course she does. That's a big deal. When the witness hates the person whose liberty is at stake, that's a big damn deal. And she's putting out tweets, fantasizing about him being in jail. That really undermines the credibility. The fact that she owes him $500,000. She, by order of a court, owes Donald Trump $500,000 and said, I will never pay him. I will defy a court order. The defense is going to say she's willing to defy a court order. Why? She's not willing to respect an order of a judge. Why is she going to respect this oath she took? So I thought it went quite poorly on cross-exam. At the end of direct, I thought, okay, they got what they needed, but I think the cross is making real inroads.
They say CNN is finna get rid of him. But everybody's waking up. Everybody sees what's going on. Oh man, election interference at its finest. Enjoy the show. It's fun to get good. Love to all my beautiful patriots around the world, my brothers and sisters, beautiful people. I encourage you to spread the love. That's what heals and cures everything. Matter of fact, a lot of things wouldn't be going on right now, wouldn't even exist if we knew how to spread the love. I encourage you to spread the love to one another. Bless all you beautiful people around the world, man. Enjoy the show, baby.
Yeah, I was ready, they didn't have my back. They were petty, I stayed in my bed. On that petty, I brought it right back.
All right, my beautiful patriots. I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life. This is Funny Get Good. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and get ready to crack open a cold one in November.
In the Trump trial, jurors finally getting to hear from adult film actress Stormy Daniels after she gave testimony so raunchy it would make a porn star blush and the media laugh.
My basic feeling is like, wow, this is a colorful, maybe hyper colorful witness.
Daniels says she told Trump of the magazine, someone should spank you with that. I'm sorry, Anthony.
He was wearing silk or satin pajamas.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is serious. No, I'm sorry. I just had to laugh.
I can't believe I have to read this on television. It's not going to involve any descriptions.
Better you than me, Jake.
It's not going to involve any descriptions of anything in particular. So
just read it. Read it on the screen.
Stormy Daniels is at the heart of Alvin Bragg's falsified business records case against Donald Trump, and today she described in great detail the alleged sexual encounter in 2006 that the former president denies ever took place. Her account was so tawdry that Trump's lawyers called for a mistrial, arguing it was designed to inflame the jury and embarrass the former president. But the judge slapped down the motion. Here is the former president.
A very big day, a very revealing day. As you see, their case is totally falling apart. They have nothing on books and records, and even something that should bear very little relationship to the case. It's just a disaster for the DA, for the Soros-backed DA. It's a disaster.
Donald Trump would certainly like to respond to Stormy's racy testimony, but he can't. That's because of the gag order that the judge says could result in jail time the next time he breaks it. Speaking of which, some in the liberal press can't help but envision what prison would look for from the former president. Watch.
This is not a mugshot. This is jail. And Donald Trump is terrified. You've got to believe just by his issues with odors and smells.
The idea that Donald Trump actually would want to go to jail is ridiculous. He doesn't even like to stay in a hotel.
I think to make a point, to prove a point, put him in the clink. Oh, why not? Put him in the clink.
Who watches The View in 2024? And then they need lawsuits. He needs to. Y'all know I gotta watch what I gotta say on here, but man, that is. Of course, they show The View.
I don't want this to sound like I'm doing wishful thinking.
Yes.
But which prison would be best? I'm going to give you Michael. Well,
it's disgusting.
Number one.
Disgusting.
I'm okay if he goes to Alcatraz and they reopen it. What about Guantanamo Bay?
Disgusting.
Okay, Jonathan Turley, thank you for being here again. Take us through this whole situation today.
Well, it was a bizarre situation because you had the defense tell the judge this is going to happen if you put her on the stand with these broad parameters. It happened. And then the judge said, well, I may ask the jury to forget that it happened. And how are they going to forget that? It's not like you're asking them to forget some CPA's testimony about a notation in a ledger, right? And the troubling thing about this is that they lit a dumpster fire in this courtroom, and the defense asked for the mistrial, and the judge blamed the defense attorneys. And so I can only imagine standing there, and it must have been difficult not to say, I'm sorry, Judge, I'm the attorney that told you not to put her on the stand. I told you that you had too broad of parameters. And then when she did exactly as we suggested you did, you ignore that I have a standing objection to her saying anything in this trial. And so at the end of the day, Merchan got what all of us expected. Now, this idea that he can make this cat walk backwards is going to be rather difficult. You know, you've already, had this witness go into every detail. Including whether the president wears boxer shorts, that he had Old Spice in his bathroom. I mean, that's the level of absurd detail. I mean, we've all seen Craig's.
No, we got a good laugh out of it, y'all, but it's ridiculous. It's just, it's insanity, man.
With the gallon of Old Spice, but we don't mention it. But this is a show. But the fact that you would bring in that type of just completely immaterial detail shows how this judge was a mere pedestrian in his courtroom. And then at the end of all of that, to say, God, he literally said, it would have been better if that testimony didn't occur. And you're just sort of looking around like, you were the one that allowed this testimony to occur.
And I can't imagine being someone on the jury. I did read at one point, one of the reporters said, or I think it was one of our producers said that one of the jurors, a woman, had her head in her hands going, I cannot believe that we're having to listen to this.
Interesting. I'm glad to hear that. I wish it were in the courtroom. In fact, I'll be in the courtroom on Thursday and Friday. But look, the testimony that we heard today has absolutely nothing to do with the indictment. The testimony was irrelevant. It was prejudicial. It was not probative. It has nothing to do with how something was filed and how reimbursement to Cohen and whether it was correctly entered in the books.
Oh, I love Judge Jeanine, man. I love when she just starts just letting fire,
Period. End of the story. This judge saying to the defense attorney, well, you didn't object enough. Look, any judge worth his or her salt, if you see something happening that is going to jeopardize the conviction, you yourself, sua sponte, on your own, will say, I'm going to stop the line of questioning right here. And then what you do is you call the parties to the bench and you say to the defense, to the prosecution, you are moving too close to reversible error here. Let's trim the offenses here a little bit. But Merchan, and I heard one person say on Fox, oh, he's a really experienced judge. He's a fool. He's not an experienced judge the way he's doing this. For him to say, please keep your answers short and listen to the questions while she is laying out what could be another prosecutable offense against Donald Trump that I'm not even going to mention, he is allowing reversible error in. He should have said, I'm going to strike that testimony. There should have been a curative instruction right then and there on the spot. But instead he says, well, I'll think about it, make a request at the time of charge, at the time of my charge. No. And then he sends the jury out and lays out the prosecutor for allowing this testimony in. This judge is either all in on convicting Trump, irrespective of whether it's going to be reversed, and I would bet my house this will be reversed by the Court of Appeals.
Oh, the house, not the house. Oh, not that $1 million house, Judge. Not that $1 million house. Oh. When they pop up on the board, can I get it? My bad, y'all. I didn't mean to say that. But man, this is, again, all jokes aside, y'all. This is what's happening right now, y'all. Can y'all believe it? This could have been bought years ago. But y'all want to help they want to help Joe up the stairs. They want to carry Joe. Grab him by his feet, his shoulders, his head, his neck, his back, and carry him. Because they see Trump winning. Can't beat him fair, man. But come to find out, this is making him more popular. This is waking up a lot of people. A lot of people have woken up because of this corruption, y'all. It's sick.
Things, though, that Greg, is that even if it is reversed, it wouldn't be until after the election. And what they are hoping for is a conviction so that Joe Biden can say in all of the ads and at the debate, oh, well, you're talking about a convicted felon.
What are the odds that an incident from 15 to 20 years ago would now become the object of litigation just months before an election? It's kind of a strange coincidence that the media doesn't really seem to focus on. That might be one question that would make you go, maybe this is political. I got to say, I love how CNN anchors blush and are shocked by pajamas and spanking. I mean, one of your employees pleasured himself on Zoom. You kept him on there. One of your producers, I think, was arrested for grooming kids. Yep. It's funny watching the media act like Puritans, right? Go to any media event, and it's like the Playboy mansion with ugly people. So it's like, it's just, they got the paws all over you. They're drunk. This is porn for sexless Democrats. Listening to testimony from an aging sex worker about Trump in a courtroom, you have everything. It's almost as erotic as listening to NPR while feeding grapes to your cat with myocarditis. The court case is really about convincing jurors that Trump is a bad guy for sleeping around. It's not about breaking laws, because no laws were broken. If Trump were a woman, the prosecution would be accused of slut-shaming. Huh? That's quite a theory. Again, he's not charged for the hush money. It's not about Stormy. It's about an accounting method for illegal payment in a business record that had no known category. That's it. What Stormy has to do with it is nothing. All that is frosting for the media.
Jesse Waters, give you last word.
Fact check. Trump does not use Old Spice. He has his own deodorant line. It's called Success. Someone gifted it to me at a book signing. And Turley, cats can walk backwards. I don't know about that analogy. Michael Avenatti dropped a bombshell from behind bars today, and take it for what it's worth. I'm just conveying what he said. He made an allegation that a producer wanted to do a documentary on Stormy Daniels and called him on a recorded line and said, would you like to participate? And he said, well, I don't know. Is she getting paid for the documentary? Because if she is, it's probably not fair and I'm not going to do it. And the producer says, yeah, she is going to get paid for the documentary, but that's because she owes Trump hundreds of thousands of dollars in judgment. And she's just trying to make ends meet. But she has a way of concealing the money from Trump's lawyers. What they're going to do is, and what they have done, Michael says, is that they have optioned the rights to her book. They've taken the proceeds and set up a fraudulent LLC under Stormy's daughter's name, and that's how they're going to hide the money from Trump's lawyers.
Amazing. If
this is true, then she's guilty of bad record keeping and fraud. So I don't know if that's going to be pursued by Alvin Bragg. Probably not. But Trump is barreling towards breaking this gag order. I don't see within the next 48 hours how he does not do it. You're saying you can't criticize the government? That's what the judge is saying. You cannot criticize the government, the court, or the prosecution, let alone an American citizen. This guy's the Republican nominee for president. Not only he can't criticize the government, he's not inciting violence. He's not making false statements. He has an opinion about the government that's being controlled by his political rival that's prosecuting him. Now, if you can't criticize the government or have an opinion about the government, then you're not in America. And that's insane. And we also just found out this.
That's where we've gotten to, y'all. It's sick. It's disgusting, y'all. That's where we've gotten. America. Good old sweet America.
Guy Colangelo, the lead prosecutor, who was Biden's number 3 guy at the Department of Justice, was a paid consultant for the Democrat National Committee. And he's an Obama donor. So Obama donating DNC consultant, former Biden prosecutor, is leading the charge in this courtroom. And the Democrats say this isn't political. And maybe you guys can answer this question for me. How are they only giving Trump's lawyers 24 hours to prepare for these witnesses?
It's unheard of. It is unheard of.
I need at least 5 hours to prepare for this show.
And you don't even do it.
It's unfair. I don't see how they can get away with sandbagging them like that.
Oh,
well, we
man.
could go on and on. The case.
It's disgusting, y'all. And we're going to keep spreading, man. We're going to keep showing everybody the corruption, man. Yes, indeed, y'all. We're getting ready to crack open a cold one in November. I love you guys. I encourage you to spread the love to one another. Check up on your people. Check up on your loved ones. Give them a hug. Call them. Text them. You know, when you go out in the public, be nice. Be kind. Care for one another, man. It starts with us, man. We got to spread the love, y'all. We see what's going on. We're going to keep calling it out. And again, we're winning. As bad as it look, they're setting us up for a big win. As bad as it looks, they are setting us up. Can y'all hear me? For a big win. I got the cooler ready. I'm getting the ice. And we're gonna crack open a cold one in November. God bless all you beautiful people around the world, baby.